Today we are adjusting the Fusion device by SomnoMed. This is a really neat device. These are some of the things I recommend. You obviously don't need, but these are cheaters, magnifiers that you can get from any pharmacy. I do recommend. A lot of my patients really do like to use those. I'm going to put them on right now as I do this video. So you're going to need the upper and lower segment of the Fusion device. These are the discs that come with it, and there's a series of wings. And you're going to get up to 3 sizes. Basically, there's a L1 for the left, R for the right, and it goes all the way up to 3. Okay, so each one of those gives you a 1 millimeter range of adjustment. Right now, it's set for the 0. Okay, this also comes with a kit. I am going to take out the adjustment portion. This is the adjustment portion. The other one is used for cleaning your device. So those are the things that you will need to advance your device. Also, don't forget to check the description under this video for the written instructions, as well as sleep log, tips, and other links associated with this device. 3 important things to note. Number 1, always follow the instructions that was given to you by your prescribing dentist. Secondly, even though you are starting at what looks like 0, you are starting with your jaw in a protrusive forward position by the measurement that your dentist has taken with you early on. So it is actually quite a bit forward even without doing any advancements. And thirdly, do not advance forward unless you are very comfortable at the starting point that you were given. It should be comfortable in your mouth. It should not be too prolonged in the morning of a strange bite, more than an hour or so. So anything unusual, it might be too soon to start advancing your device. When you are advancing your device, you are not making it tighter or looser. You're not really adjusting the fit at all. What you are doing by these advancements are, this is the lower segment, and this is the top segment. So as you're making these adjustments, you are bringing that lower segment slowly more forward, more forward, more forward. Now I'm exaggerating here, but that's what's happening. And as you move it forward, you are opening up that back airway more and more. So don't worry about making it tighter, looser. It might feel a little bit different just because of the angle that you're putting it onto your teeth as you move it more forward. But in general, you are really not touching the inside of this device, okay? So this device is interesting that it has a 9 millimeter range. You can get 3 millimeters, which is quite a bit in the world of dentistry, with these wings. By interchanging them, it's basically 1 millimeter or 10 turns of the smaller range, which the smaller range fine-tuning area is right in this area. And this will start spreading. So that's how that works, by either interchanging those wings or by spreading this, and then it will hit against this bar more and more forward. So to advance the larger component first, okay, which somebody who's been given this device probably has a lot of jaw movement capability. So I'm going to show you how to remove these wings. There is a number and a letter on the wing corresponding. Hard to see, but I promise you it is there right over here. There's an L0 right there. Okay, and let me see if I can get you the R0. And there's the, it's hard to see. R0 is right there. Yeah, it's hard to see, but it is there, right there. Okay, so that's the right and the left side. So this is the lower arch. So the R sides correspond to the right side and the left one, okay? So to remove these, very simply, you're going to take the L part of this tool, and you are going to find, there's a hole, and you want to do this on the inside always, not on the outside. So not on this side, you really want to go on the inside, okay? And make it parallel to the arch, pointing this towards the back. I think that's the easiest. And then you're just going to pull up very easily, and as you pull up, that whole part will come off. You have to it's kind of taut, but you can just take it off, and off it goes. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to find that hole right there. Again, keep that pointing to the back and parallel to the plane of that arch, and I'm going to move it up or away, basically away from the teeth would be one way. Oop, overshot it that way, and then just off. Okay, so then that is off. Then you would go to the next series, and there is the L1 Okay, I'm going to keep that on the left. The R1 is right over here. I usually tell my patients, if you're right-handed, just start with the right side. If you're left-handed, start with the left side. So to get this on, you actually do not need that tool. This is the right side. And the numbers should be visible. This one says R1. It's hard to see, but it is there. Okay. And that should be on the right side. And the number facing the outside, just find that little hole on that. And this one, you just literally push it in. Okay. You're going to go on this side, take the left side, make sure that the letters are facing the outside, and push it down. So that's how you advance the Fusion device with the larger segments, moving you quite a bit forward at a time. Now to make the smaller kind of fine-tuning adjustments on your device, you're going to need the other side of this tool. Also, if you lose the original tool, you might be given one of these alternate tools. These do work, that are also provided from other very similar devices. If you are traveling and you forget your tool, you can try to get a clean paper clip, and that might help as well. And this is when you're going to look at the arrows. Let me move this out. And so the arrow is pointing down on this side, on the other side is going the opposite. And what you're going to do is you need to picture basically a canyon in there, and there's a wheel with holes around all the way around, and our job is to move that wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert that into a hole furthest from that tip of that arrow. That's going to allow me to move in the direction of that arrow. Back off just a little bit, and I'm going to move that down, take it out, and I'm going to do one more. Out. I just want to show you that there's the arrow, and when you're really looking straight into it, it's not going directly at a 90-degree angle into that hole or parallel to that surface. It's going at a somewhat 45-degree angle, and that's the easiest way to engage that. And you're going to feel a drop in there, and then you just move it in that direction of that arrow. Then on this side, I'm going to do the same amount. I'm going to do 2 on this side just for demonstration purposes. Doesn't mean that you're going to be doing 2 also, but you're going to find a hole furthest from that tip, move in that direction. That's 1. And then right in there, 2. So I just moved 2 on each side. Now what will happen over time, you're going to see a bigger growing space right in this section. This actually will start spreading, and then that will hit on the fins at a different point. So this will start spreading and moving it forward, forward, forward. So that's how you make this small. The important thing to remember on those is definitely, you definitely want to move the same number of turns on both sides of this device. A few extra tips. So one of the most common things we get asked are about the turns not being full revolutions. They are not full revolutions. We consider a turn from going from the base of the arrow to as far as the tip of the arrow, and then it will stop. You take it out and you revert and you do the same thing again. Those are turns. They are not full revolutions. Something else is how many turns to advance every several nights. Please ask your dentist for specifics. For my patients, I tell them basically anywhere from about 3 to 5 turns every 3 to 4 nights, or 10 turns once a week. Definitely your dentist will help you with that. And you definitely don't want to go past the point of any kind of discomfort. If you start becoming uncomfortable with this in your mouth, or it is prolonged issues in the morning when you remove it, you definitely want to stop advancing it and possibly reverse it slightly. So when you first get your device, it will have 5 turns at the start, allowing for a reverse direction. Let's just say you got the device and for whatever reason, it's not comfortable for you and it's too much of your jaw being protruded and causing issues. We might have you reverse it to the beginning. 5 turns will get you as far as it will go. Please don't force it past the 5 turns, because you literally can break the device if you go too far in the reverse as well. Once you feel comfortable, again, you can start advancing it as directed by your dentist. Again, 3 to 4, 5 turns every few nights. all the way up to, you can do that until it reaches no bigger of a span than 6 millimeters. So that would be the full span. That would be about 60 turns from the including that 5 turns that you got the device, all the way up to an additional 55, getting you to about a 60 or 6 millimeter range. Okay. One other thing is, if you keep extending it too far, there will come a point that in some cases you will overextend it, and it'll be almost either stripped or not engaged. The big problem with that is if you want to reverse it, you might have a hard time reversing it slightly. So definitely get your dentist involved. The lab might have to be involved. One tip that the dental lab had given me was that if you pinch both ends together, as depicted in the blue arrows here, kind of the all the way in the front and the back of this whole mechanism, you kind of push them together and then insert the advancement tool going the opposite direction of the arrow, because you're trying to reverse it and kind of regain some screw length in there. You might be able to re-engage it and then get it back on track. Otherwise, definitely you might have to get your dentist involved if that doesn't work. If you've reached a 6 millimeter span and you need more advancement, you're still experiencing symptoms, that's when you can go for 3 more millimeters if you have not used those wings. If you have used those wings early on, then at that point you might be at your maximum, and you definitely should return to your dentist to help you troubleshoot and discuss the next option for further advancement. So some people will use the wings first, others will do the fine tuning first and then go to the wings. So you do have that 9 millimeter option between both. Hope this video was helpful. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Look at the description for other links that for videos in regards to this particular device. There's some coming up on how to use the elastics to help keep your mouth closed for increased success, how to clean the device. There's also sleep logs that I definitely recommend, especially when you're trying to keep track of the numbers. And that's about it for today. Hope it was useful again. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.